Hello. I am here tonight because I thought it would be fun to share with you my indoor garden. I am someone who does have an outdoor garden, and I have just recently, I would say the last year and a half, started calling myself a gardener. I loved to garden probably 15 years ago when I lived in Kentucky. And once I moved to Florida and bought this house and realized that it was something that I could enjoy year round, I really dove in. And I have shown you many, many times my outdoor garden. It wasn't until about 2 years ago that I started my indoor garden. I call it the indoor jungle, and it is nothing fancy. It is made up of almost all of the same kind of plant because I'm new to it and I kind of fell into it. But I've been doing it now for a couple of years and I very much enjoy it, especially during those 2 or 3 months when it's not that fun to be outside. And it's funny because when you're a gardener in Florida, you have a winter. It's not much of one where I live, but you do have a winter. And then you have a part of summer that might as well be winter because it's just unbearable to go out and work. So it's nice that I have an indoor gathering now, and I may not even post this. I may just keep it for me. But I do want to kind of catalog and show some of the plants that I currently have indoors. We're going to start over here with this cute little aloe plant, and you will see the theme of my plants is there are lots of aloe. When I moved into this house, I had aloe outside of the house, lots and lots and lots of it. And 2 years ago, my middle child stayed with me for a little while when they first moved to Florida. And they kind of helped me to rescue those aloe plants, break them up, and many of them made their way inside the house. These are just a few of them, but I have them everywhere. I'm actually going to take you into the bedroom where there is one. This one, which again, they all came from my aloe plants that were outside. This one has done really well, and he is one of my favorites. He's absolutely beautiful. This is the newest addition, I think, to my indoor garden. It is a bonsai tree that was a gift from my son. And when I first got it, it lost almost all of its leaves, and he got one at the same time. He didn't keep his because it lost all the leaves. But I did a little research and discovered it probably was lack of water and likely not enough sun. So I moved him, and you can see, I know nothing about bonsai trees. I'm going to be learning from him. He's got all these beautiful little buds. So right now I'm going to say, I think he's going to be okay. He has been moved in here underneath a window, so that is wonderful for him. In my dining room, I have several plants. I don't live in a very big house, so we're really limited on space where you can put your plants. And in addition to the aloe plants, you can see the theme continues. I also have my second most popular plant, which may be a tie with the aloe, is pothos. And I had a pothos plant that lived on my front porch until it got cold one night. I brought it in. I was really afraid of them getting into it because pothos is really bad for cats. It's like he jumped up there right on cue. I woke up the next morning after having brought it in, and I found one of the leaves in the other room, and it really scared me. I thought, well, it's supposed to be really toxic. So I put it back outside and actually took it to work. And when I retired, I brought that plant home. It is the grandmama of all of my pothos. I will show it to you in a few minutes. And so as he's grown and I've gotten more, I've grown more, I take the cuttings and I make them into their own plants. Pothos has become a standard, and they don't bother them at all. They may smell them, but they don't touch them. They don't look at them. Every now and then my other cat thinks he'll take a bite of aloe. Also not a great idea. But so far, it's been 2 years and they're fine. This is another one of the pothos plants. This is one of the more recent ones. I bought him to hang him outside, but he got burned a little bit. You can see a couple of the leaves. I guess they'll just always be burned, because that was about 8 months ago. And I know he would acclimate, but I brought him in. And so this one, also a pothos plant, and this one, also a pothos plant, a couple of different varieties. They also came from a plant that I just brought in that I will show you in a moment. And then again, here's another of the original aloe vera. These pictures back here are of the garden that I had in Kentucky 20 years ago. And it was a beautiful, beautiful place. And then also in my dining room, I have this spider plant. This spider plant was my first spider plant. My grandmother loved spider plants. She would give us the babies, and I had one that lived probably 7, 8 years after she died. And I was sad and said, oh, that's it, I'll never have another one. And then 2 years ago, I was at Lowe's and I saw him and said, okay, you're coming home with me. And yeah, so her name is actually Grandmama. It's not a him. And you can see how happy and healthy and beautiful he is. So I've kept him alive for 2 years. I'm very proud of that. In my kitchen, I have a couple more of the aloe plants. Again, I'm not a plant expert. I'm not, I'm just doing what I do. But I do think that these need to be staked up so that they can be, I don't know, maybe healthier and happier. But anyway, I still love them. And then up here on top of my refrigerator, which I really hesitate to show you, are some of the pothos that have been propagated in water, and an inch plant who has been propagating in water for probably more than a year, and he's very, very happy up there. And then I also have in my kitchen this little swing, this little hanging, yeah, I forgot what he's called. I think he might be some kind of fig. I don't remember. And then here's another one of the aloe plants. And then as you go into my sunroom, this is where most of the plants live. And obviously it's the best place for them to be. This is the original pothos plant that I had on the front porch. It was so beautiful hanging. I have a covered front porch and it was so gorgeous. And then it got cold, I brought it in. I think my cat's got a hold of a leaf, scared me, so I took him to work. He stayed at my work. These trendles hung all the way down to the ground in my office until I retired. When I was bringing him home, I dropped him and he all spilled out. And I was very, very scared, but I repotted him, and you can see. And he would be really long. His trendles are folded back up, so they would hang down all the way down here, but I fold them up so that my cats aren't tempted to swing from them. And then I have 2 other pothos plants that I tried to put outside. They were also hanging on my front porch. And this was last summer. And they started to wilt. No matter what I did, they wilted. So I thought, well, they're getting too much sun. They got the evening sun, so I put them in my backyard under shade, hanging from trees, and they did okay. But when it got cold this winter, I brought them in, and now they cannot go back out. This one had little shoots that went all the way to the ground, which made me really afraid of bringing it in because of the cats. But I trimmed them. The ones that you saw in the dining room, they all came from this guy. And then I do have another pothos plant over here in this corner. He was also outside and begged to come in the house when it got frosty, and look how happy he is. There's no way I could put him back out there. The other hanging plant that I have back here in my sunroom is Granddaddy, who is also a spider plant. It's my second spider plant. I actually got them to hang on my front porch, but they wilted. It was just a little bit too hot for them out there. And I mean, look how happy he is in here. And then I have this shelf full of plants. So on the shelf, I have my star of the show, which is this beautiful Monstera that is a clipping from a plant that I have on my patio. This is a little begonia plant that I got at the St. Pete Market. This is called a Pink Dalmatian. Also got it at the St. Pete Market. Funny story about this. When I got it, this entire pot full of plants. Beautiful pink polka dot plant. And I almost killed it. He was living in different places on the outside. Then he came inside. He got down to 3 leaves. 3 leaves. And then I just really started babying him, started doing a little research. And I mean, I rotate him about a quarter turn, just about every other day or so that all of him gets equal sun. I have moved him around. He was on a lower shelf, but he got too tall, and he's doing really well there. Oh, look at this. These are my orchids that did not bloom for 5 years, and this year, boom, they are very happy where they are. That's my fiddly fig, which has been very fiddly for me. Has I thought that he had gotten too much water. His leaves turned brown underneath, and then I thought he had brown spot disease. But the treatments with the baking soda and water have cured him. And he is getting bigger every day. It's a fiddly fig, and I have another fig down here. It's like a rubber plant. It's a type of rubber plant. And he also is very happy where he is. He's got a little buddy there that's an aloe plant that lives with him. Some cuttings. These cuttings came from the OG pothos plant. So did these. And that OG pothos plant has 2 different kinds of pothos in them. I think one's called the Queen of Hearts. And that's where all of these pothos came from that are on these shelves. Another inch plant. This inch plant lived in my yard and was a beautiful, beautiful plant. And when he died, he planted himself in the ground all around me. And I can go out at any time and bring swig, part in and keep him going inside. A couple more aloe. Particularly you see them because my cats aren't bothering them, so I can put them where they would reach them. This plant in the middle is a type of Monstera, and it is also like Monsteras. It's a vining plant, and he suffered for a little while, but now he's kind of come back. He needs to be repotted. And then I have one more little group of, no, just one more little plant over here, and that's this also another pothos plant that came from, he actually came from the original plant too. It isn't like I have, 12 rooms to fill up, and I do have to worry about the cats, and I have some grandsons that may also decide they want to eat the plants. So that's my indoor jungle, and I probably have all that I can handle inside. I don't have a great big house. I have, I wish I had 15 rooms that I could just fill up with whatever I want. But I feel like, especially when you look at how crowded. Don't make me a liar. I just told them that you don't bother those plants. Remy. That's what they do. But I feel like I may have maxed out my space in this house, and that's okay because I love every single one of them. Thank you for joining me on my tour, and hopefully I'll see you again soon outside in the real garden.